A chilling reality. School security in the age of AI and drones. In a tragic incident that shook the community of Utica, New York, senior Annie Lair II found himself fighting for his life as a fellow student attacked him with a hunting knife. The question on everyone's mind: how did a dangerous weapon make its way into a school, especially with an advanced security system in place? All I knew was that my life was at stake, and I had no choice but to fight for it. Hu Cho shared. This incident, and others like it, serve as a stark reminder of the limitations of high-tech security measures in schools. Enter the booming school security marketplace, a multi-billion-dollar industry that has seen explosive growth in recent years. With violence in schools on the rise, districts are turning to attack drones, bulletproof glass, and even whiteboards that transform into bunkers. But is this the answer? There's little evidence that many of these products would work in an active shooter situation, warns Dr. Kenneth Trump, a veteran school safety consultant. Despite this, the industry continues to thrive, with state legislatures passing legislation mandating certain security measures. At a recent school safety conference, Kurt Lavarello, the executive director of the School Safety Advisory Council, acknowledged the industry's transformation. "I've seen the number of vendors grow from a handful to over 100, he said. But even with this proliferation, Lavarello cautions against relying solely on products for school safety. There's no silver bullet, he emphasizes, and the data seems to support this. K-12 public schools have spent nearly $500 million on security upgrades in the last 5 years, with little guarantee of effectiveness. In the aftermath of high-profile shootings, school administrators face immense pressure to demonstrate their commitment to student safety. Vendors huckster all kinds of equipment, promising the impossible, says Dr. Rita Bishop, a former superintendent. I've heard some ridiculous proposals. Critics argue that the influx of public grant money has created an environment where opportunistic actors can thrive. You have to look closely at who's making those calls to school districts, Lavarello warns. Despite the millions spent, some of these high-tech solutions have failed when it mattered most. After the Oxford High School shooting, an investigative report highlighted the failure of the emergency alert system, Pre-Plan Live, which provided a false sense of security. And in Antioch, an AI weapons detection system, OmniAlert, failed to detect the gun used by an assailant. Recent technological advances have made security measures more effective, says the Security Industry Association, but there are products that deserve more scrutiny. Experts agree that the best line of defense is not technology, but well-trained staff, strong relationships with students, and a community built on trust. Basic security measures, like locking doors and reducing access, are often the most effective. In the end, it's about people, not just products. As Brian Nolan, the former superintendent in Utica, said, "We should never have to worry about a child going to school and fearing for their life." And this is the part most people miss. It's not just about the technology. It's about creating a culture of safety and trust within our schools.